Yo, welcome everyone. You should really get ready for a massive Bitcoin pump in the coming days, and I will show you exactly where to buy and what are the most important price targets. Now first, remember yesterday's video. We said after Bitcoin takes out this specific high at approximately 86,000 US dollar area, of course, majority of people are going to be bullish, majority is going to be expecting a major break towards the upside because, of course, apparently, Bitcoin is breaking a major diagonal area of resistance. But the reality is, I told you, it's a very important liquidity level that you should definitely not ignore, and of course, once everyone is bullish, we are bearish, potentially entering another short position. And yes, of course, I did enter another short position of Bitcoin at approximately 85,800 US dollar area, but not only Bitcoin, also on Ethereum and also on Ripple or XRP. So far, everything is going almost exactly as I expected. And additionally, yesterday, once Bitcoin was apparently breaking out, I even made a very important tweet right here. Buying the breakout feels smart until price pulls back and you realize you were the exit liquidity. So majority of retail traders looking at the Bitcoin chart, at the area of resistance, they are firing another long or a buying position. But of course, we recognize this and we know because it's a very important liquidity level, because it is going to be a crowded trade where everyone is expecting a major pump towards the upside. Of course, we fire another short. But right now also something very important is happening on the Bitcoin chart itself, because of course, we also hit a very important price target, because the first small support level on Bitcoin is coming in at 83,600 US dollars. And this specific level as of right now has already been hit, and it is the level where Bitcoin is trading as of right now. However, to be honest, I would ideally still want to see lower targets to be hit on Bitcoin in the next couple of hours before we can expect a major pump towards the upside. And you most probably remember our major rising wedge pattern we have been paying attention to for the past couple of days. And I really do want to right now say, pay attention to what I am going to say, because the technical or theoretical price target of the rising wedge pattern is always going to be the start of the rising wedge, or at least the golden Fibonacci ratio. And yes, I would say golden pocket right here, it is still going to be an ideal price target. However, the take profit of my short position right here is not going to be at the golden Fibonacci ratio, because potentially we can already bounce slightly earlier on Bitcoin and already expect another higher high to be formed. Now, what exactly am I talking about? With the rising wedge pattern, of course, we have always been analyzing that this right here is the first impulse, correction, another impulse, another correction, and another impulse towards the upside. Now, because the rising wedge pattern, it is breaking towards the upside, it already means probably we are in this some kind of an ABC correction towards the downside. And that is why as of right now, I would actually say it looks like this right here can be an A wave, this right here was the B wave, and as of right now, we are already forming the last push towards the downside, and after this move right here is finished, we can expect another push towards the upside on the Bitcoin chart itself. And before I do share with you a very nice price target you should be aware of course, I would really appreciate for you to smash up the like button, because 1,000 likes are definitely possible, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Later in the video, I am also going to share with you another significant bullish indications in terms of the liquidation heat map, and additionally, we also need to talk about what other people are right now doing in the market. But right now, the reality is, the ABC correction on Bitcoin is probably already in play, and what is going to be the first very important level? As I already said yesterday, the first level we can be paying attention to, it is going to be the daily at 83,600 US dollars. This specific level has already been hit, but there is still as of right now another problem I would really like to be resolved on Bitcoin in the next couple of hours, and that is simply going to be liquidity has still not being taken. When we zoom in, for example, on the 1 hourly or the 30-minute time frame, you can still see we have some kind of a higher low right here. This was the first low, higher low, and as of right now, we are still forming another higher low. Now, I am not saying we cannot bounce at the daily high-term time frame area of support right here. However, ideally, we always want to see a liquidity grab. That being said, ideally, I want Bitcoin to go even lower. Ideally, at least take out this specific low, or preferably even the low right here at 82,700 US dollars. Why so? Because this specific level right here, the bottom liquidity level, it is aligning very nicely with another very important Fibonacci extension price target. So what we are going to do, let's go with our trend-based Fibonacci extension from the exact high to the exact low right here, once again towards the exact high. And you can right now see 1.236 Fibonacci extension level, it is aligning almost perfectly with the recent low right here that is also right here for liquidity purposes. So once again, ideally, if we do see right here a push towards the downside of Bitcoin, it is going to be my next take profit, not only on XRP but also on Ethereum, and of course also on Bitcoin. But then if we do see a reaction towards the upside above this specific level right here, we can then not only fire another long or a buying position right here, but it's most probably also going to mean Bitcoin is not going to go lower. We are not going to hit the price target of the rising wedge pattern, the golden Fibonacci ratio at 78,400 US dollars, and Bitcoin is simply going to continue massively already towards the upside. So right now the plan is staying very simple on the Bitcoin chart itself. Ideally, we want higher. Ideally, we want a massive pump to happen in the next couple of days. The only question is, where is this ABC correction going to end, and where we are going to fire another long or buy position. So right now, as I said before, long position is going to be an ideal exactly at the liquidity level right here, with a very simple invalidation level exactly below this specific level. Because if we are going to start breaking this specific low right here and the 1.236 Fibonacci extension level, most probably then we are going even lower, and in that case we want to get stopped out of our long position, and we are going to keep holding all of our short positions on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also XRP. But right now also something very important I should really show you, because only a couple of hours ago, some major short positions opened on the Bitcoin chart itself after we took out this specific high for liquidity purposes. And remember, something I posted on Twitter only a couple of hours ago, where I actually said, getting people wrecked is the only goal in this market. Bitcoin has a major liquidation cluster sitting at 86,700 US dollars, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it dip first. Let's see who gets harvested next. And yes, this right here is actually a bullish Bitcoin indication, because once again, usually we want to wreck the most amount of people in the shortest amount of time. And having so much liquidations, over hundreds of millions of short positions are going to get wrecked if we are going to see a push towards the upside in the next couple of days, in the next couple of hours. And knowing that major short positions opened only a couple of hours ago on Bitcoin, literally exactly at the highs, and they are going to get liquidated only after we are going to take out this specific high at approximately 86,700 US dollars. That is why I am telling to you, a move towards the upside, in my opinion, it is more likely to happen in the next couple of days. The only question right now is, where is this ABC correction going to end? Are we already ending it at the daily high term time frame area of support? Or, as I said before, ideally, I still want to some liquidity be taken below the recent lows right here for us to take another profit on our short positions, and for us to maybe even enter another long position with a very simple invalidation level. And that is also why, if you want to trade with us and get a free 8,500 US dollar bonus without KYC and without VPN, click the second link down below in the description, because not only you're going to get insane bonuses right here, but only after you register, you are going to get 10 USDT completely for free right here, and additionally deposit on your account, because you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus also completely for free. This specific campaign is only valid by the end of April, so definitely take advantage of it, click the second link down below, register on BTUnix exchange, get yourself 10 USDT and deposit on the platform, because you're going to get a 20% free deposit bonus. And of course, then also you can simply enter another long, maybe another short or sell position on the Bitcoin chart itself. Now, let me also share with you something very important people are not aware of, and that is going to be where Bitcoin does have its first very important area of resistance. Yes, maybe a bounce at this specific area right now can potentially happen. However, what is the first level of resistance you should be aware of? And you can clearly right now see how I am approaching the chart. I am not guessing up, I am not guessing down. I only know my exact levels where I am potentially prepared to take another trade. I knew on Bitcoin that at this specific area, of course, I'm looking for a short position because majority of the market is going to be bullish, expecting much higher. But once again, I did not guess. I knew where is going to be my level. And of course, also potentially, I was looking for a rejection towards downside. And right now, I am telling to you, only if the opportunity is going to be offered to us, if we take out this specific low, there I am potentially going to enter another long or a buying position on the Bitcoin chart itself. If the level right here is not going to be hit, I am not going to enter another trade, because once again, I want the market to commit to me before I commit to the market. And now let me share with you what is going to be the first very important area of resistance you should really pay attention to, because on the daily time frame, we confirmed a brand new daily high-term time frame area of resistance exactly at 84,538 US dollars. This specific level is going to be a brand new daily high-term time frame level that is right now also very nicely aligning with the point of control or the biggest volume cluster of the entire upper price action. So the first level to be aware of if we are right now going to push higher is going to be 84,500 US dollars. Now remember, if this specific level is going to be broken towards the upside, most probably the bottom on Bitcoin is in, ABC correction is finished, and we can already be expecting another higher high to be formed above 86,300 US dollars right here on the Bitcoin chart. Now, additionally, let me share with you even more bullish indications we can see across the board. And later, I also need to update you what is happening with the XRP price, because this one right here is also seeing a very nice push towards downside. But now, let's go back into the Bitcoin chart, because we need to pay attention exactly what the RSI indicator has been doing for the past couple of hours on the 2-hourly time frame. Clearly, you can right now see higher lows are still being formed right here, while the RSI is seeing a significant push towards downside. And even if we go with this specific low on the RSI, it is still going to be a lower low, while Bitcoin is forming another higher low. This right now means a hidden bullish divergence is being present on the 2-hourly time frame on the RSI indicator. But once again, as I said before, this specific divergence is as of right now still valid. However, ideally, I still want our lows right here to be taken for liquidity purposes, and only then pump towards the upside on Bitcoin to actually occur. Are we going to take out those specific lows? I do not know, but I definitely do know that if they are going to be hit, we can be looking for another long or a buying position on Bitcoin, Ethereum, because Ethereum also actually already took out some very important levels, but more about that slightly later. Now, another bullish indication is happening with the exponential moving averages. On the 2-hourly, we are in an uptrend. On the 1-hourly, we are also trading in a very nice uptrend. And on the 4-hourly time frame, in the next couple of days, we could also potentially see a bullish cross with our exponential moving averages, which is then going to mean we are moving in an average uptrend on all of very important high-term time frames. That is going to be, of course, another bullish Bitcoin indication. But let me also right now share with you exactly what we can expect with Ethereum. Ethereum has already taken out this specific low, which is already going to be some kind of a bullish indication. However, if Bitcoin is going to see another push down to take out those specific lows on Ethereum, I would definitely be aware of this specific low at 1,544 US dollars, where also, of course, we can then be looking for another long or a buying position on the Ethereum price itself, and with a simple invalidation level below the level, targeting another higher high. So with all of those trades, you can clearly see how nice of a risk to reward ratio are they offering to us, but not only Ethereum and Bitcoin, but also XRP. With XRP, pretty much the exact same story. Ideally, the golden Fibonacci ratio still remains the main price target, exactly the same as on Bitcoin. However, what if those targets are not going to be hit? We can notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave price structure, and as of right now, already some kind of an ABC correction is being in play on XRP, and the exact same thing is also happening right here on the Bitcoin chart itself. That is why I am telling to you, I know my exact price targets, the main price targets. However, I also need to be aware that potentially those targets right here are not going to be reached, and XRP simply is already going to see another major push towards the upside. So for XRP, I would simply say once Bitcoin takes out this specific low, of course, if it's going to happen, you can also then fire another long position on the XRP price itself, looking for much higher targets in the next couple of days. And that is why, once again, you should really get ready for a massive Bitcoin pump. That is why, if you want to take advantage of the free bonus without KYC, without VPN, and also you're going to get 10 USDT completely for free only after you're going to click the second link down below in the description, register on BitUnix, and then deposit something on your account, because you're going to get a 20% free deposit bonus. And also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.